All right, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Heck yeah. We are updating maps this morning. I'm going to do some scouting out here in northwest Austin. What the heck are you guys up to today? Storm Chaser Mark. I can't read the chat yet. The chat will get bigger. Good morning. Good morning. What the heck are you guys up to today? Anybody doing anything interesting? Top of the morning to ya. Melanie, top of the morning. Damn Teslas. Jeffrey, top of the morning, Melanie, top of the morning. There's a dog sitting over there all by his lonesome. We're going to be doing some scouting up here in northwest Austin this morning. Do some scouting. Had a murder overnight. 10th murder of the year here in Austin happened overnight. We are on track to break a record this year if homicides stay at the rate that they are, which is crazy. Crazy. We are up in northwest Austin today, in the Northwest Hills areas. Where is, let's see, Mark, damn Teslas. Causing trouble. Alright, what is everybody up to today? There's not a whole lot going on out here this morning, I can tell you that. I think a lot of you guys are probably, some of you guys are over on my Twitter as well. My main platform. Oh man, we disconnected. Are we back? Are we here? Did I lose you guys? I can't tell if I'm live or not, y'all. Can somebody let me know? Am I live? Okay, we're here. Good. All right, good. I got a disconnect message. Neighborhood forum, they said someone died on the green belt. People were saying it's an encampment. Which encampment, Mark? And I can probably tell you. Which encampment would that be? We're gonna go out to the Spicewood Springs area this morning. That's where we're going. Spicewood Springs. Yeah, no, it's looks really odd. My streaming looks weird this morning. TK, what's up? Blockhouse Creek. Okay, I'll have to look. I didn't even know that there was camps up that way, but I will definitely have to look. Yeah, my interface looks different. I can't tell. I don't know. Usually I have a notification. It shows me like what my stats are for the stream, and I don't see it. So I'm not gonna have a way to tell if the live craps out or not. I don't even know if we're live over on X anymore either. TK, what's going on, brother? TK Crow. TK's gonna be on the wall of fame today, the wall of change today. TK, Jeffrey, Texas Cutie. They're on the wall of change today. Good deal, TK. I'm glad you enjoy it. Texas Cutie. Good morning. Texas Cutie's got me where she wants me. Man, I tell you what, yesterday, after yesterday's stream, yesterday morning, I went to a homeless camp area here in North Austin with a guy, and while we were there, there was okay, I am live on X, good deal. Homicide 10 last night in South Austin, on Bradshaw or something like that. Posted about it this morning. We went into a greenbelt area here in North Austin, and we ran across this really young lady. She was young. She was probably maybe late teens, early 20s, like that young, sitting in the middle of the woods doing dope. And I believe it was fentanyl is what she was doing. Just out in the middle of the woods, out by herself. You know, you could look at her and tell that if she is homeless, she hasn't been homeless for a while. Does it look bad? Is something wrong with the stream, Jeffrey? Is it green? I can't see green. Did I do? Hang on. If the stream is broken, we have a green screen. What? Hang on, let me stop up here and I'll fix it. What in the world is happening? Hang on, I'll fix it. Hang on. Let me stop here and see if we can't fix this real quick. It's green, huh? What in the heck is happening? What in the heck is happening here? Okay, y'all don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I gotta reset the stream. Y'all just hang out real quick. I'll be right back. Alright. We're back. How did that look? Did it change? I hope it's better now. Okay, we're back to normal. Alright, I don't know what just happened. That was weird. Something happened because I lost my status and all of that too. So, something weird happened. Alright, well, you know what? I'm glad I didn't jack it up. Glad I didn't screw it up. Alright. Let's get back to it. Much better. Good deal. I'm glad I didn't screw it up too much. Yeah, Frank, if you're still on here, I was listening to the press conference from APD, and of course they don't, I get it. They don't release a lot of information. They've got to protect their investigation. I understand that. But why hold a press conference just to say, basically, there was a murder, and I can't tell you anything else? You know what I mean? Like, what? I mean, why have a press conference, get everybody out of bed that late at night, get all the press out there with their cameras, and basically you just get up and say, well, we had a murder, and I can't tell you anything. I'll never understand why they do that. And then they open it up for questions at the end, like, well, we'll take some questions. And every question that is asked, they say, well, we can't answer it. So I don't know, it kills me. It kills me. The leprechauns did it. Heck yeah. And they do this a lot. Like, almost all murder investigations, that's exactly what they say. Well, I'm sorry, we can't really say anything. Oop, gotta turn. it was staged, probably GA. It's just weird. I mean, they're like, and that's literally, thanks for coming out. I am so-and-so, PIO. We have had a murder on so-and-so street, and we can't really tell you anything else. And it's like, then why did you get us, like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'll just never understand. Yeah, so you guys remember the body that was found in Lady Bird Lake? I posted a video of this over on my X, but this latest body that was found in Lady Bird Lake, they did a press conference, and one of the reporters actually told the cop, can you please reiterate, because there's people talking about serial killers, can you please reiterate that there is no serial killer, and this is not, there's no foul play suspected. It's like, you're telling the cop what to say. Like, it's so stupid, man. It's just so stupid. It is so stupid. It's like, shouldn't you, like, be asking questions, maybe, why there's so many deaths happening? You know, aren't you a reporter that's supposed to be curious and asking questions? I wanted to pull into Tanglewood Park here real quick. So how many times was he stabbed? How did you know he was stabbed? I get it. Yeah. Let's see. There was some homeless camps out here, but I don't see any, right? I don't see the entrance to them anymore. I think the city has cleaned them out. It's exactly what it was. It's like, okay, we got a predetermined narrative, and I'm going to need you to say this. We got to be able to fit the narrative. We got to be able to fit the narrative. Oh, man. Bill, what's up? Man, that is a steep exit. Bill, no news. I was actually looking at that last night because I got my payout from X. I got my payout from X for last week, and I was donating it to Jamie White's family because the messages that I made the most money on were about his murder, and I didn't think it was right that I was making money on his murder, so I donated my X revenue to his family. So anyway, I was looking at that, and it's crazy because they do have DNA. They have DNA, yet they're like, well, we can't really say it. We don't really know what happened. Thanks, TK. Yeah, that's the bad thing about making money on social media is we're talking, you know, I'm talking about some of the worst things in people's lives, you know, murders, and it sucks to make money off of that. There's a camp right there. There sure is. Whoopi ran away from you asking Musk laws. Probably, I would not be surprised. Whoopi Goldberg, that woman, whew, I'll tell you what. There's another homeless camp right there, actually. Thanks, Texas Cutie. For sure, yep. He would. I said he would. Yeah, I just don't think that it's right that I make money off of the worst part of their life. You know what I mean? I mean, it feels dirty for some reason. So, like I said, his tweets, the messages that I made the most on was about him. So, I sent that money. It wasn't much. It was like $78. But $74. It was $74. But still. The story about the 12-year-old that killed his teacher, then got off. Yeah, TK. So, I didn't say this in the story, but I have contact with the guy, with the attorney, and I'm gonna have some more to talk about that soon. And I hope that he will be a part of it. Obviously, that was a very bad time in his life, but we'll see what happens. I need to park and go in this area right here, back in these woods. VSE! Did I miss VSE? I did. I missed VSE. I am sorry, VSE. Yeah, Jeffrey, I thought it was the right thing to do. And then I was going to post it publicly. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell everybody what happened and what I did. But then I'm like, nah, I'm not. That's cheap, too. That's just trying to score points on social media. And then what's even worse is yesterday I got demonetized again on X, if you can believe that. Temporarily paused. It's like the 4th time they've done that this year. I'm just afraid at some point they're going to be like, okay, it's not temporary anymore. I do think it's hilarious that we're building that giant Mexican museum downtown Brandon. Yep, it is. Yeah, TK, this has been an ongoing saga with X for a while. They'll pause me and then they'll bring it back, and then they'll pause me and then they'll bring it back. I'm just afraid at a certain point they're going to make it permanent. VSC, yes. Probably do. I probably do. That's where most of the hate and shit that I get is over on X. Yeah, I've got some stories coming out this week about the Tesla stuff. Let me tell you guys what ended up happening. So, maybe I shouldn't say this. You know what? I am going to be attending a planning meeting with the left this week. I'm going to be attending a planning meeting with the left, and I do intend on recording it. So I'm not going to say too much more than that, but there's going to be some good stuff coming out this week. I cannot believe that I was able to infiltrate the group, but yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Heck yeah, TK. I'm going to have the mask on. I'm going to put my COVID mask on. That's the good thing about these folks, man. You have a mask on and nobody thinks any otherwise. They're just like, boom, done. You got a mask, you're one of us. Up on a post, Racial World 30 years ago of us cracking race jokes and being friends with it. Yeah, exactly, VSE. That's how it was like for my whole life. You know, friends, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. And we all just treated each other as each other. There was no like racial divide. It's just like, you know, I don't know. The whole race thing has just really screwed up the world. Base diapers. Yeah, and if you wear one, you get extra brownie points with the left. You get extra brownie points if you wear a face diaper. They'll treat you better if you wear it. I can't believe I was successful in getting in. I can tell you that. But I've just got to hide who I am for long enough to get the video that I need. Hopefully I can make that work with a mask. I've got a pretty good disguise going with my glasses and my mask. Nobody will know who I am. I probably shouldn't have even brought that up out here on the live in case somebody is watching, but it is what it is. Camberghini! Anyway, but we have some good stuff coming this week. We're getting closer to proving who's planning this. That there is money involved in it. If I can prove that there is money changing hands for these protests, Dash will, that'll be it. That will be the story that breaks us wide open. If I'm able to prove that there is money changing hands for these protests, we'll go boom. I mean, Dash will be good. Yep, there's another one, 10 a.m. Saturday. We will be there. We are digging so hard, and I have somebody else helping me too, to dig and to get the bad part is the bad part is I want to be able to connect city leaders into the planning of these events. So trying to get their communications, it's hard to get them because they make it cost prohibitive. They know that if they make it expensive, that most people are not going to be able to pay to get the records. And, you know, that's kind of one of the things that I'm facing right now, is trying to find ways to afford these public records requests and such. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I've got public records requests for Jimmy Flanagan and his current office. I have lost all right. Yes, Mark, somebody does. I'm going this week. The protest in Houston fell flat, not much to see. That's interesting. They Crowder down here to go undercover. They're good at that. Yeah, they are. I'm hoping that one of these bigger creators, personalities, news, whatever you call them, like Crowder, I'm hoping that they are on it. I'm hoping that they're digging. Look, I'm just a small-time guy, small-time channel with a small following, but we're digging. I mean, we're doing all we can do to try to prove this stuff. I mean, if I had the budget that some of these other channels have, I would have undercover people in right now. I wished I had that budget, but I don't. So I really hope that some of these bigger channels are involved. How do we pay all these taxes and then we have to pay? Oh, VSE. Don't get me started on that. I am so pissed off about that. Those records are ours. We already own them as the public, right? They are ours. But yet, when I want to see a copy of it, I have to pay. I have to pay a handsome fee just to be able to see it. And I'm telling you right now, there is a provision for media that if it's in the public interest, or I forget how it's worded, if you are a reporter, if it's in the public's interest, you can get a very much you can get a discounted rate. But of course, they don't consider me media. So far away, I was like, heck yeah, VSC, we'll do that. But like I said, we're trying what we can do. We're trying to do what we can do within the budget that we have. But I would very much hope that larger creators, larger investigative journalists are looking into this. My friend Laura Logan, you guys may know Laura Logan. I believe that she's probably looking into it. I've been sending her a lot of the information that I found, and we'll see what happens. Exactly, Jeffrey. Exactly. Yeah, the city knows what they're doing. And look, let's say police body cams, right? Let me tell you how hard it is to get a body cam in Austin. They don't want us having the body cams. Let's say there was a shoot. Let's say there's a body cam. There's an incident that I'm interested in, and I want the body cam from it. Here's what you got to do. You have to know the case number. You have to know the police officer's name, and you have to know what a subject that's in the video. You have to know their name. You have to know the date and time that it occurred. And then you have to pay them to watch the body cam first and to redact or black out any information that shouldn't be made public. And it costs a lot of money. For, let's say a 15-minute body cam, it could cost $100. And that's crazy, man. There's a reason you do not see too many people posting body cams of the Austin police. It's because they make it damn near impossible to get your hands on. They make it almost impossible. So, is what it is. I've had a lot of my public records requests. I've had them come back and say, no, we can't do it. We can't give it to you. Open investigation. I could take it to the Attorney General And I've taken some to the Attorney General, but it's kind of pointless. Exactly, Phil. Exactly. Yeah, they make it incredibly hard to get any kind of body camera from the police department. And the other thing is, let's say the cops go into an apartment. Let's say, the incident that you're looking for happened inside of a residence, which happens a lot. Cops go into people's houses all the time. They will not release that video. They will black out the whole video if they step into an apartment or a house. And that's just, they say that you don't have the right to see inside somebody's house. One of the shootings that happened not too long ago, one of the police shootings that happened, I was trying to get the body cam from it. I wanted to see the shooting. We saw it leading up to the shooting, but the minute, you can't see like the last 3 minutes because they black it all out. There's a lot of illegal footage on private property on video. Yeah, GA, I get it. Yep. I get it, man. I want to go back here behind this building. There's historically been a lot of homelessness back here, and we're going to go check it out. When you're in a city like Austin, if they don't want information in the public square, they know how to make it hard for people. Especially somebody like Dash that has no budget. You know what I mean? They know how to make it hard. And I'm not blaming the police. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the police department on this because they're not the ones that's doing that. It's the city. Exactly, Phil. That's what you said. It's like Austin is the only department that I know of that will not release video that if it was happened to have been shot inside of a residence. I don't know any other police department that will not release that video. Did you guys see that the Austin Police Officers Association is suing the chief of police? They are suing the chief of police. And I can't really talk about the specifics of it because I really don't know the specifics right now, but I do know that they are suing her. Let's see. Every facet of government is overlaid like contracts. The traffic cams are owned by if you want the footage by. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It looks like they've cleaned up all the homelessness back here. I don't see hardly anything in this area anymore. So what we're looking at on the other side of this fence, this is the University of Texas property. And they have done a pretty good job of keeping homelessness out of here. They've done a pretty decent job. Not bad. Not bad at all. Texas cutie's got me where she wants me. Sorry, I'm camp scouting today, y'all. I'm updating my map. People in Houston trying to redirect. Yep. That's in part. It could be, Phil. Phil sent in a donation yesterday. Phil, thank you. I saw that after the stream, so I'm sorry if you sent that in during the stream, but I did not see it until afterwards. But thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You are going on the wall of change. If you want to be on the wall of change. The wall of change. Commissary and jails are contractors, and that's some big money. Yeah, I have only been to jail one time in my life. I've been to jail once, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It was for shoplifting. This was a lot of years ago. And it was while I was homeless, actually. And I was in there for like 5 hours, and that was enough for me to go, nah, I'm not going back to jail. I spent like 5 hours in there and was done with it. Yeah, jail's not fun at all. Yeah, they my record's clean now. I did a deferred adjudication for a year, and it went away. You know, I've never been to jail. I've never been in any trouble in my whole life. And, you know, 15 years ago, I go to jail for shoplifting a piece of meatloaf from HEB in Round Rock. That's exactly what it was, too. When I was a kid, scared me straight. Hell yeah, TK. See, back when I was a kid, this was back in the late 90s. If we got caught drinking back then, they would just call your parents. They wouldn't take you to jail. They would just call your parents and, you know, yeah, those ramen noodles. I love ramen noodles. I'm not going to lie. I do love some ramen noodles. Yeah, commissary is a scam, man. And, you know, if you get on, like, some of these social media sites, now that phones are more available in prison, you can see these prisoners that are, you know, they're shooting video and putting it on, like, TikTok, for example. It's big over on TikTok. And you see the amount of commissary that these guys have in their cells with them. It's like, holy shit, that had to cost a fortune. But, of course, they use that as like a business in there. Commissary is money to them. Brick soup. You go over on TikTok and search for, you know, inmates in jail or something like that, and you'll see all the videos of these inmates, you know, where they're shooting video in there. Boy, that's a whole other story, the El Salvadorian jails. Whatever happened to that whole case where that federal judge was trying to keep Trump from deporting all of those gang members to El Salvador? Do y'all remember that story from, I don't know, last week before last? Look, the news cycle is so nuts right now. It is so crazy at the moment. You know, I barely remember what's happened in the news 2 days ago. It's like every day the world is ending. Jeffrey, my man on the wall of change. My man. We're gonna go up here behind Pinballs real quick. This was this camp that was up here behind Pinballs, up here on 183. Honduras on the way to El Salvador. And you know, they're gang members. They're violent gang members. And the Democrats are fighting to keep them here in the United States. I watched a video last night. Check this out. I watched a video last night. Elon Musk was on the stage talking about Social Security and how as the Democrats brought in millions and millions and millions of immigrants, they were assigning them Social Security numbers, and they started taking Social Security benefits. He actually showed a graph that showed how many people were getting, how many new Social Security numbers were being handed out. And during Biden's term, it was up by millions and millions of new Social Security numbers. And it's crazy when you think about that. They were importing people like cattle in airplanes, bringing them into the country, giving them Social Security numbers and benefits, all in the whole goal was to change the voting makeup of this country. They knew that if they brought in 10 million people and gave them the right to vote, they would never lose. And it almost worked. It almost worked. Yeah, the Haitian small town. Yep. Yeah, I remember the Haitian story. My buddy, you guys probably know this guy, Tyler Oliveira. He's a creator on YouTube. He did, last time I saw him here in Austin, he showed me some footage that he shot while he was up there in that town. I forget what the town's name was, but you know, it was where all the Haitians and the ducks and stuff were being eaten. Yeah, Phil, the cats. He showed me some footage that he could not put out publicly, and it's pretty wild what was happening up there. I can't remember the name of that town now. Was it in Ohio? Maybe? Was it in Ohio? I can't remember. But it's nuts what's happening. Yeah, Jeffrey. All of you guys are awesome. Jeffrey, Texas Cutie, Phil, Bill, all of you guys are awesome. Springfield, Ohio. That's it, Ohio. That's right. Springfield. Boy, how did I forget that name? Springfield, Ohio. You know, here's something interesting. When I was homeless here in Austin, I had a group that I slept in the same area with. 2 guys that I slept in the same area with. And it's safer to do that at night if you have somebody that you somewhat trust to sleep with you. And one of the guys that I would sleep next to was a guy from Haiti. He was a Haitian. He moved here to start a life. That way he could bring his family over. He worked hard. He worked every day. He worked really hard. And he would save his money. Instead of renting a house or whatever, he would just sleep on the street. And boom, he made a lot of money. This guy was telling me that it's common knowledge in Haiti that the Americans would let people in. Everybody knew it. They just had to get here. You know, he was telling me that everybody down there knows it, that it's easy to get into America. What'd Phil say? Cat meat's delicious, but they weren't cooking it properly. Cat meat. Texas Cutie. Lots of them are fleeing to Canada. Yeah, I have a friend up in Canada that's kind of sideways about it all, Texas Cutie. It's affecting a lot of people. Cat meat's I wonder what it tastes like, actually. I don't know if I really want to know, though, to be quite honest. Well, we don't have any cops at the Tesla, so I'm assuming they didn't find any more bombs today. Yep, no more cops at the Tesla this morning. Put a billboard all over the world. They did. Yeah, the guy from Haiti was telling me that it was common knowledge over there that if they could get to the border, they would get in and they would be allowed to work. They would get in, they would be allowed to work. You just had to get here. That was the hard part, was getting here. But some of them actually got here. Morning Dirtweed. There's a YouTube how to cook it. Is there really? That's crazy. Dirtweed, good morning, man. Thanks for dropping by to say hi. We are out here this morning. I am updating my homeless camp map. I was working on it yesterday. Megan over on X, good morning. We are updating the homeless camp map today. It's been too long and I need to make sure it is active again. We're working northwest Austin today. Tesla trucks here lately. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people that have bought new Teslas. It has been a gloomy few days. Megan from X, good morning. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi. I'm glad to see that I'm still live over on X. I think this is the area that I'm looking for. Updates on Rainy Street. Well, let's see. The last person that was found dead was a female. She was a female, I heard, now don't quote me on this, mid-30s, white female, and they're not releasing any information on how she actually died. And it's interesting because it seems the pattern has changed in the last few months about the deaths in Lady Bird. Before, it was all young men. I just drove by your apartment. Heck yeah, man. Before, it was all young men, 25 to 35. They all had the same look to them. And now it's females. All females. Gut feeling is... So, I've said this before, and I still feel this way. I do absolutely think that there is something happening around Lady Bird Lake. Now, all of the deaths that have happened at Lady Bird are not connected. I will tell you that. That's like statistically impossible. But when you look at a handful of them, like Jason John, Martin Gutierrez, all of these guys, when you look at their deaths, and you look at the circumstances surrounding it, if you look at the profile of these people, it would the odds of them not being connected are astronomical, right? Like, what are the odds? All of these men started out on Rainy Street. They all fit a similar profile, and they all end up dead in the water. And then the city looks at it and goes, don't look here, boys. Don't look here. It was an accident. They got drunk and they fell off in the water. That's what happened. Well, I have a source that I've been working with for a while that was drugged on Rainy Street. It's not just a supposition that he was drugged. He actually went to the ER and got himself tested. They know what he was drugged with. And the thing is there's a primary alcohol called BDO. B as in boy, D as in dog, O as in ocean. BDO. It's a primary alcohol. It is tasteless. So whatever that liquid is put into, it takes the taste. Let's say if you put it in whiskey, it tastes like whiskey, right? When your body starts metabolizing it, it metabolizes it very quickly into GHB, right? And we all know what GHB does. Look, they've cleaned this camp out of here too. Check this out. They've taken away all the ground cover as well. Look at that. I need to take this one off my map. From a bar, I think I can't really talk about that. I don't want to get in trouble, but I think there's a bartender that could be involved. See, here, I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all this right here. This is what's scary about these homeless camps. Check this out. This is what's scary about these homeless camps. Give me 1 second here. Unplug. Didn't I tell you my Rainy Street story? We can talk about it. Yes, I would love to hear about it. It is. Reddit's just crazy, but check this out. So you can see how this is all cleared out now. This was all full of ground cover, right? And then look right out here in the middle. This was a homeless camp. Thanks, Megan. I appreciate it. Look at this homeless camp. I mean, completely torched. Right here where homes are right on the other side of the fence. But this whole place was burned at some point. Crazy, ain't it? Isn't that crazy? But this whole place here was a massive camp, and they've cleaned out all the ground cover. This is the only way to keep homelessness from coming back. They can come in and clear out camps, but unless they take all of the ground cover out, it's just going to keep coming back. Probably the people that were living here, they accidentally burned it, I would imagine. This was a very large camp. There's some more burnt wood right there. I got to keep the camera pointed away from the replacement dash mobile. It's gonna get runned over. Here we go. All right, we're back. Yeah, they probably were setting a fire in there to stay warm or to cook and just accidentally burn it. That's generally the way it happens. Yeah, I can't wait to hear Phil's story too. I don't know if he wants to type it in. I would love to hear it. Yeah, see, there's another camp right there. Okay, so I can't take this off my map just yet. Let's see, did somebody ask where the map was at? Okay, so all of my work, all the work I've done in the homeless community, you can find it on a website called Nomadic, Nomadik, nomadic.ai. And there's a map there that'll show you where every homeless camp in Austin is at. Nomadic with a K, Nomadik.ai. All right. We need this story. All right, I need to go look over by... Yes, we need to hear it, Phil. Let's see, is this Anderson Mill? I think this is Anderson Mill. I think. Hang on. I just saw something. Hang on, guys. Let me go take a look at this hole real quick. Let's see. I was installing a speaker system at a bar on Rainy Street. My friend hired me. I think we need to know the info. If you're about to tell me that there's a bartender there that could be doing some shady shit, I'm about to cry. I'm going to end the stream and you and I are going to have a talk. Let's see. So the chat from YouTube is not making it over to X then. Okay, well, I'm glad you told me that. Phil said, let's see. He said, I was installing a speaker system at a bar on Rainy Street. My friend hired to help him run the cable. This was in 2017. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you could see the chat, the YouTube chat over on X. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's typing. We're gonna keep the story going. I can tell you that we have zeroed in on a bartender. I can't say his name or the club because I don't want to get sued. But I'm hoping that he tells me it's the same bar. Megan, yeah. Is on the big screen. Okay, so X chat is not showing up over on YouTube either. Interesting. I have a bot installed that's supposed to be moving the chat around. Rainy Street, right in the heart of Rainy Street. One of the men that was found dead in the water had this guy's business card in his wallet. Anyway, it is the same bartender. So I just told you guys that I had a source that thought that knows that he was drugged in one of the bars down there. Well, the bartender that he is almost certain drugged him is the same bartender that Jason John had a card in his wallet. Maybe it's just a coinky-dink, but, you know. Oh, yeah, he does, TK. He's not only he's a part-time bartender, part-time DJ. Part-time bartender, part-time DJ. I don't know. I just think it's odd that that name came up twice. Two separate people that had never talked to each other. But that name came up twice. I mean, it could be nothing. It could be absolutely nothing, and it could be harmless. But coincidences are a lot more rare than you think. Exactly, Sherman. Drugging people to rob them. Yeah, look. So, druggings on Rainy Street and druggings on 6th Street are, I mean, it's a massive problem. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have been drugged. Phil says, I was good one moment. 2 hours later, I woke up next to a lake behind the Mexican Cultural Heritage Center and a patch of poison ivy. You sound just like Jeff Jones. You sound just like Jonathan Honey. Was it Jonathan? No, it was Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones ended up. Phil says, I was good one moment. 2 hours later, I woke up next to the lake behind the Mexican Cultural Heritage Center. You know what? Look, I don't know if you got tested, but I can tell you right now, what you just told me lines up with my source that knows that he was drugged, that has the medical test to prove that he was drugged. Exact same thing happened to him. He was fine 1 minute, and he woke up in the gutter a few hours later. It's actually his girlfriend found him laying in the gutter, and it almost killed him. And he was drugged with a primary alcohol called BDO. I saw the poison ivy scores. That's crazy, Phil. I don't think people realize just how bad the problem is with druggings on Rainy Street. Popular to get people to be compliant, not have memory of an incident. Yes, VSE. But BDO, like I said, it is a tasteless, colorless alcohol. You can mix it in anything. And it metabolizes. The minute that it hits your gut, it metabolizes very quick. And it metabolizes into GHB. You just got to be careful. I put out a story a while back. Most of you guys probably don't even remember this, where a mother and daughter team was working in Austin. They were drugging men and robbing them. They were actually caught, though, thank goodness, and they were put in prison for it. But they were drugging men, taking them back to their apartment and robbing them. I talked to two guys that was involved in that case. Actually, I found them over on Reddit. But I talked to two guys that were drugged by these women. Mother and daughter team that was doing it. Thank goodness they were actually caught. Yes, VSE. Yep, they did. They were working this area. They were working Austin. I think they were also working San Antonio and Houston. But that mother-daughter team, it was weird because they were using an over-the-counter medicine to drug them. That medicine that's in that sleep aid, not diphenhydramine, but the other one, in Unisom. I forget what it's whatever the medicine is that's in Unisom. Anyway, that's what they were using to drug people with. So you mix that drug with alcohol, and you're done. Half Step is a bar that pops up a lot near Rainy. That is a name that pops up a lot. It's Unisom. It's called, oh man, I can't think of the name of the drug right off the top of my head. But it's a very popular sleep aid. And it is a first generation antihistamine, kind of like Benadryl or diphenhydramine. Doxycycline? No, it's not doxycycline. It's It's an over-the-counter drug. It's a sleep aid that's in Ambien, or not Ambien, but Unisom. I can't believe I forgot the name of that drug. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it starts with like Doxy or something. Have you ever heard of true poison ivy encounter? It really fucks you up better than... I haven't, Phil. I have had poison ivy, but I haven't had poison Viagra. Shit. Dude, I follow a creator here on YouTube called Grant Harding. Grantharding. Grant Harding. He is a pharmacist, and he has a channel where he talks about all of these drugs and things. He also goes and picks up the gas station pills, like the Blue Rhino and the Pink Pussycat. You know, the gas station pills that's supposed to make you long and strong, so to speak. He gets those and then he tests them, and he will actually he sent these gas station pills off to a guy that has that can test drugs to see what they are. Most of those gas station pills that you buy actually has Viagra in them. Yeah, I've heard they make you feel terrible. But like the Rhino, whatever that Rhino one is, if you watch some of his videos, they found actual Viagra in those. The Pink Pussycat. Yeah, Grant Harding, he takes them. And he's always talking about how bad it makes you feel. Dude, I don't know why I watch the guy, but it's something about his voice. It's like the most soothing voice ever. I'm a pharmacist in 3 states. It's so funny, man. The guy is great. But if y'all are not watching him, y'all got to go check him out. Just search for Grant Harding. I promise you will love it. And you can learn about drugs too, so, you know. I literally woke up in a patch of poison ivy about 20 to 30 feet away from the lake. See, that's what happened to Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones went missing. He ended up basically in the same situation. Jonathan Honey? I can't remember the guy's name. I don't have my notes in front of me. But he went missing off of Rainy Street. And they found him in a patch of weeds right by the Congress Street Bridge. It wasn't Jonathan Honey. Jonathan Honey, I think, died. Man, there's so many deaths, it's hard to keep up with them all. Yep. Yeah. Jeffrey, you are right. I'm gonna get dinged. Yeah, so, what was his name? Man, the name is right on the tip of my tongue. I've talked to the guy, and I've talked to his family. Oh, shoot, I can't think of it right now, but he was the guy that was found in the weeds. He had been missing for several days, and they found him in the weeds right next to the Congress Street Bridge, right there on the lake. He spent a week in ICU after that. He sure did. That's just the thing with that BDO, man. They can even put it in water and you would never know it. It's odorless and tasteless. It's crazy stuff, man. Had a bottle of Gatorade that was out there, which I left. Man, I tell you what, Phil, you're lucky, brother. The Ladybird Lake group over on Facebook, y'all know which group I'm talking about, that very large, like 100,000, member group. I am a trusted reporter over there. The lady that runs that group, that made it, I've been friends with her for a long time. She lives up in Arkansas. But anyway, I put out a message over there about being drugged. If you think you've been drugged, if you know someone who's been drugged, send me a message. I want to talk to you. Y'all, in the first 24 hours, I had about 80 messages from people that either thought they had been drugged, knew someone who had been drugged. 80 messages. And the messages still to this day come in every once in a while. It is a huge problem. Being drugged in a bar in Austin is a huge, huge problem. Thursday before noon. Crazy, man. The druggings, it's wild, and it's a big problem. And it's not just women. A lot of people think it's women being drugged, to be taken advantage of. And it's not. There is a lot of men that have been drugged as well. But I don't want to say too much about this bartender / DJ, because technically he could sue me after that. I think probably. I have talked about him before. I have said his name on the stream before too. I was doing work. That's crazy, Phil. You're lucky, brother. Oh yeah, they do, Megan. The last press conference they had after that female was found in the water last week, I put a video out here on X where one of the reporters asked the cop. This is what she said: "Could you please reiterate for people listening that there is no serial killer and there is no foul play?" A reporter was telling him what to say. And that blows my mind. They're not asking questions. They're forming a narrative. My wife listens to a lot of true crimes. I always think she's a little exaggerated risk of being drugged. No, it's a big risk. TK, I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to send you a link in your DMs. I want you to give this video a watch and let your wife watch it. It's a series that I've been working on for a while. I think you'll like it. It's about the Lady Bird Lake stuff. And that's a whole other can of worms. When I signed the NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and I can't talk, it's so crazy. I've been working on this show for well over a year, and I can't talk about it. I can't say anything about it. It's been put on hold, and I can't say a word about it. It's like a year and a half worth of work. So you get out there. Well, thanks, Phil. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Mark, they do. And here's what's crazy. This is another thing. So this is something that Dash, I've been pushing for a while, and that is to make fentanyl test strips legal. I mean, they're finding fentanyl and marijuana. They're finding it everywhere, right? And I think that's considered paraphernalia, and they will take you to jail for that. And we have been pushing. Last year, we almost got it pushed through the legislature to make it legal, but at the last minute, it was pulled from the vote. And I think that those test strips need to be legal. If you smoke weed, you need to be able to test your stuff to make sure you're not about to accidentally kill yourself. I don't know if you guys remember last year in downtown Austin, all of those people that overdosed on fentanyl simply because they bought some weed. The two people that did that, the people that were selling the weed that was laced, they are actually in jail right now. But still, those test strips need to be legal. You should be able to test and see if your weed has fentanyl in it. And nowadays, you never know. It's like playing Russian roulette, even with weed. Yep, Mark, don't do drugs. But I understand that people are going to do drugs. People are going to smoke weed. People are going to do their... And you should be able to test it to make sure. I agree. I don't agree with doing drugs. Yeah, Megan, it was in downtown. It all happened within one day. There was like a 300% increase in ODs in like one morning. I'll post the story again over on X so you can look at it. It's crazy. There was like 8 people that died that morning because of drug overdoses in downtown. Genuine artifact. Yeah, let's see. Go to dispensaries to get weed. Yeah, well, we don't have those here. And technically, the legislature is trying to make any kind of weed illegal. Not just weed, but any weed they're trying to make illegal right now. You never know, Jeffrey. What kind of psycho takes the time to add fentanyl to weed? Exactly, Philip. Phil, I don't know, man. But there's some psychos out there that do it. I can tell you that. And you know, the dealers, the street dealers, they probably don't even know it's laced with fentanyl. You know, they probably got it after it was. This is owned by the university. Massive area for homelessness. And you can't even see it from the road. It's just, you can't see it. Very well could be, yeah. Because it doesn't take much fentanyl. TK. Yeah, they are actually trying to make any kind of weed illegal, even CBD. They're trying to make that illegal as well. So you go into the gas station and you see like Delta 10, Delta whatever, all these different gummies. It's Delta this and Delta that. They're trying to make every bit of that illegal. And they'll probably be successful. They will probably be successful. Let's see. I don't see anything back in this area right now. I don't see any entrances. Maybe it's too close to this hotel. Library Fox, what's up? Yeah, I do too. I think it should be legal. I think all weed should be legal, to be quite honest. Now, I don't smoke weed. I've never smoked weed. I never enjoyed weed, but I don't see, you know, alcohol. If you look at how dangerous it is, alcohol kills thousands of people every year. Thousands of people every year, and it's just as legal as can be. The Epic City thing with Sharia law being possible in Texas. VSC, I've been reading about it. I don't know. I've been reading about it, but it's just, that's a crazy story. That whole story, that story's just beginning. There's gonna I would imagine there's gonna be a lot coming out about that. Not trying to smell that shit through the... Yeah, well, shoot, man. I smell it all the time. You know what I hate smelling, especially when I go into these homeless camps, is meth. When they're sitting in there smoking meth, it stinks. I don't know if anybody has ever smelled meth, but it reeks. I can smell it a mile away. Regular plant, the shit they have, yeah, it's way too strong. Yep, it is. But I can smell these camps when they're in there, you know, smoking meth. It stinks to me. To me, it stinks to high heaven. Nasty, nasty, nasty. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to end here for today. I appreciate all you guys jumping on and chatting, having a good time this morning. You guys possible without you guys. I watched a good documentary on a Hollywood bank robber from the Seattle 90s. He started with cooking up meth and then got into bank robbery. Holy shoot. You get a different levels of THC. Yes, hell CC. Yeah, guys, thanks everybody for being here. Like I said, none of this is possible without you guys. The algorithm will never put me in front of anybody without you guys, and especially over on X. The amount of, like, our analytics for the past month is just mind-blowing. I've been talking about it a lot because every time I look at it, it's like, how is this happening? How is this happening? Navy SEAL that did a bank robbery in Austin back in the 90s. I have read about that, VSC. I'll have to look at that. I've read about that. I don't know too much about it, though. Megan, thank you so much. Guys, if y'all want to support the channel, ways to do so are in the description if you're on YouTube. And there's a pinned tweet over on Twitter. We are fully demonetized now. That's across all platforms, not just YouTube. So we do need your help. Guys, love you so much. TK, awesome. Texas Judy, Phil Roach, all of you guys. Y'all have a great one, and I will see you on the next one.